In previous videos, we learned lists and tuples in Python. Today we are going to learn another important Python collection called set. Sets are useful when you want to store unique values and automatically remove duplicates. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel WishInfinite. A set in Python is a collection that stores multiple values in a single variable. But sets are different from lists and tuples in two different ways. So sets do not allow duplicate values, which list and tuple allows. And sets are unordered. Items do not have fixed position. So with the list and tuples, we were able to fetch items using the index number. But here we cannot do so because items are not having any fixed position. Apart from that, sets are mutable. You can add or remove elements. So with the list also we were able to add or remove items. But with the tuple we were not able to add or remove any items. Here with the sets also we can add or remove items or elements. Now let's see how to create sets. So a set can be created using curly braces directly or by using the set function to convert another collection into set. Let's see how to create a set. For that, let's go to VS Code, and here I have already created one notebook file which is sets_collection.ipynb. You can create this notebook file with any name. Now let me add one code cell, and here we would be writing our code. So there are two ways of creating sets. One by using curly braces. So for that you need to put this opening and closing of curly braces, and in between you can provide different elements or items. Let's add some values here like apple. Then like list and tuple we need to separate it with the comma to add multiple values. So comma banana, then again comma and guava. And like this you can add multiple items of any data type or combination of multiple data types. For now we have added a string inside this set. You can use single quotes or double quotes to add strings. Now here we can save the set inside one variable. Here let's give the name as fruits. Then equals to. That's it. If you will mouse over onto this variable, you would be able to see that this variable is set which contains different items of string type. And similarly I told you that you can also provide any data type. Like here we can provide numbers 1, 4, 6, and like this any numbers also you can provide, or any other data type or combination of data types, right? Let me remove this. Now there is one more way we can create sets, where we can use set function which is used to convert other collection into sets. So let's do that. Hit enter, and here we need to provide the set and then opening and closing of round parentheses. And here in between we can provide any other collection, like we can provide list or tuple. Let's provide one list here. So to create or provide the list we need to provide opening and closing of square brackets. And here we can provide multiple items which can be there inside the list. Let's provide some numbers here 1, 2, 5, 7, 9. So this is our list which we have provided inside the set function, which will convert this list into set. We can save this set inside one variable. Like here let's provide nums or numbers. Any name you can give, right? It should be meaningful. Then equals to. Now let's see the output for this nums. Let me put this variable here. You can also use print function as we are using notebook. So I am directly providing this variable name, and here we would be able to see output for the last statement. Now let's click onto this execute cell and see this is our list which got converted into set. Now we know how to create sets. Now we will talk about duplicate values in sets. So sets automatically remove duplicate values and only keeps unique elements. Let's see that. Here let me add one more code cell. Here I will create one set of numbers. Let's provide numbers like 1, 2, 3. Again I am providing 3 one more time. Then 4, 5, 40. Again we are providing 40. Right? Like this you can provide any numbers or any other data type here. We are just taking example of numbers. Let me remove these extra spaces, although it will not give any issue. Now let's save this set inside one variable. So here I will give variable name as numbers. Then equals to. Now let's see the output for this numbers, which is our set. So here we have provided multiple values like 1, 2, 3 we have provided 2 times, then 4, 5, 40 again we have provided 2 times. If you want you can add more values. Let's add 99 3 times. So 99, 99, 99. I'm just repeating these values. I just want to show you that automatically these unique values will get removed from the sets. Now let's click onto this execute cell and see this is our output. So we are not able to see duplicate items which we have provided here. So we provided 3, 40, 99 multiple times, but here it is appearing only one time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40 and 99. So like this, duplicate values will get removed automatically from the sets. Now let's talk about accessing set elements. Sets do not support indexing because they are unordered. So elements must be accessed using loops instead of index positions. Now let's see how to do that. Let me go to this VS Code. Here let me add one more code cell. Here we will create one set with the name fruits. Or let me give fruits1. Then equals to, and then opening and closing of curly braces, and here let's provide some fruits name. So here let's provide apple, then comma, mango, again comma, banana, again comma, guava. Like this, you can add any data type or combination of data types. Let me provide some numbers here, 23, 99. Just as an example, I'm showing you that you can add any data type or combination of data types. Here we can add boolean also, like true. Now here, previously with the list and tuples, we were able to access elements using the index number. So for that, what we were doing, we were providing this particular name and then opening and closing of square brackets, and in between we were providing numbers. Let's here provide index as 0. So with the list and tuples, we were able to fetch first item when we were providing index as 0. Let me execute it and see we have got error. Set object is not subscriptable. So now how to fetch the value? So for that, we would be using for loop. Let's see how to do that. Let me comment out this particular line as you are not going to use it, right? This is wrong way. And here, now let's use for loop. So for that, what we need to do, we need to provide this for keyword and then any temporary variable. Here I will use fruit. Then we need to use this in keyword, then fruits1, which is our set, and then colon, hit enter, and after one tab indentation, we can write any code inside this for loop. Here let's print the value of the fruit. So print, and then opening and closing of round parenthesis, and here let's provide this fruit, which is our temporary variable, which will be having each and element of these fruits one by one. So every time it will iterate and it will be getting one value inside this particular fruit. So now what will happen? Our for loop will get executed for each element or item inside this particular set. And then it will print each and every value one by one. Now let's click on to execute cell. And before that, let me correct this name. It is fruits1, right? Fruits we created previously. Now let's click here and see we have got guava, true, 99, apple, 23, mango and banana. So all the elements which were there inside this set, we are able to see it here. And we are able to see these items into random order. Because previously also I told, right, that sets are unordered. Although it is appearing that it is entered one by one, but here when we are trying to access them, we are not able to see them into the specific order. So that's why we were not able to use the index also. So whenever you want to access elements inside the set, you can use for loop like this. Now let's talk about next thing, which is membership checking. Sets allow membership checking using in keyword or in operator to verify whether a value exists in the collection. Let's see how to do that. Let's go to VS Code. Here let me add one more code cell here. Now here let's create one set where we will provide these fruits name, which are apple, mango, banana and guava. Let's create one variable which is fruits2 equals to, and within opening and closing of curly braces, let's provide these fruits, which are apple, mango, banana and guava. Now let's use in operator to check that a specific value exists inside this set or not. So for that, what we need to do, we need to provide value. The same thing we have done for the lists and tuple. It is similar here in case of sets also. Now here let's check orange, which is one string, right? Then space in, and then let's provide this fruits2, which is our set. You can also directly provide this set here. Now let's click onto this execute cell and see we have got false because this orange does not exist inside this set. Now let's search for this mango. Here we are directly able to see it that value exists or not, but you can have 50, 100 or thousands of items inside a set. In that case, you can use this in operator to check that the specific value exists inside the collection or not. In this case, inside the set collection or not. Now let's check mango. So mango space in keyword and then your collection, which is fruits2. Now we should be able to see true, right, for this particular statement. Let's click onto this execute cell and see we have got true. We are not seeing output for this one because in case of notebook, we would be able to see output for the last statement only. If you will use print for both the cases, so you would be able to see both outputs. So whenever you have large data set and you want to check that the specific element exists inside the set or not, you can use in operator like this. Now let's talk about union. So union combines two sets and return a new set containing all unique elements for both sets. Let's see the practical example. Let's go to VS Code and here let's add one more code cell. And here let's create two sets. Here I will create sets for animals. So let me create one variable name as animals. Here I am going to create two cells. So I am providing these numbers. And then we need to provide equals to, and after that opening and closing of curly braces. And here let's provide some animals name. So cat, comma dog, then comma tiger. And here whenever you are using string, so you can either use single quotes or double quotes, right? Now let's create one more set with the name animals2. Then equals to and opening and closing of curly braces. And here let's provide some animals. Let's provide dog. Here I am using single quotes. Then comma lion, comma tiger. Let's add one more animal, bull. Now let's see how to use union. For that we need to provide one set here. Let's use this animals1. After that we need to use this dot, and here we are going to use union, this one, and then opening and closing of round parenthesis. And in between these opening and closing of round parenthesis, we would be providing our second set. Here we will provide this animals2. You can save this particular value inside one variable and then can use it. Let me do that. Here I will give variable name as animals, then equals to. And here let's see the output. So for that we would be using this animals only, which is this one, union of animals1 and animals2. Now let's click onto this execute cell, and then we will understand that what is happening when we are using this union method. Let's click onto this execute cell and see we have got a new set where we are able to see multiple elements. So we got this bull, cat, dog, lion and tiger. So now here what is happening? It is combining two sets. And here as sets do not allow duplicate values. So that's why this dog is appearing one time only. Because dog is here inside this animals1 and also into animals2, but we are not able to see dog two times. We are only able to see it one time only. So like this you can combine two sets. Here you can provide any data type for the sets and try to combine them using this union method. Now we know the union. Now let's talk about the next thing, which is intersection. So intersection returns the elements that are common between two sets. Let's see how to use this interaction method. Let's go to VS Code, and here I will use the same code cell only. So we will use this animals1 and animals2. So here what we need to do, we need to provide one set, which is animals1 dot, and here we are going to use intersection method, which is this one. Then opening and closing of round parenthesis, and here we would be providing second set, which is animals2. Now here what is going to happen? It is going to find common items between these two sets. So what is common between these two sets? So this dog is common and this tiger is common. So we should be able to see dog and tiger only as the output. As here we have provided it as the last statement, so we should be able to see output for this statement only. Let's click onto this execute cell and see we have got dog and tiger. So with the union what was happening? It was combining these two sets where it was not showing duplicate items. So previously when we saw the union, it was only showing dog one time and also tiger one time, although it was common in both the sets. And here in case of intersection, we are able to find common item between these two sets, which are dog and tiger. And like this, there is one more method, which is difference. So difference returns the elements that exist in the first set but not in the second set. Let's see what it is doing. Here again, let's use this animals1 and animals2. So animals1 dot and then difference, and then within the opening and closing of round parenthesis, we can provide our second set, which is animals2. And now let's click onto the execute cell, and then we will see what is happening. And see we have got cat here. So now here what it is doing, it is checking the item which is there into the first set but not into the second set. So that's why we have got cat only. So cat is there into the first set but not into the second set. Here we have dog into the first set, but it is also there inside the second set. Same is the case for tiger. It is there inside both the sets. Only we have this cat which is not there inside the second set. That's why we are able to see it as the output. So as per your requirement, you can use union, intersection or difference. And now let's talk about next thing, which is convert a list into set. While creating the sets, we already saw this thing. So the set function can convert a list into set, which is commonly used to remove duplicate values. Let me give you one practical example. So let's go to VS Code. Here let's add one more code cell. And here let's create one set. Here I will create sets with the name numbers. Or let's give numbers 1. I think we have already used numbers, so that's why I'm giving this new name. Here we have used. So numbers 1 equals to, and here to create the list, what we need to provide? We need to provide opening and closing of square brackets. And here let's add some values. So 1, 2, 2, I'm adding some duplicate values. 4, 5, 6, 9, 9, 9. Well, let's provide 8. So like this, you can provide different values, right? And here I've provided duplicate values purposefully because I want to show you that when we would be using that set function, these duplicate values will get removed automatically. So this is very common trick to remove duplicates from a list. Let's use this set function. So set and then opening and closing of round parenthesis. And here we can provide this list, which is numbers 1. Here if you want, you can save this particular value from the set inside one variable, then use it. For now, I'm just directly clicking on to this execute cell and we would be able to see output of this set function. Let's click here and see we have got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So for all the duplicate value, we have just got one item. Like we have got 2, 9, and like this, if there would be any duplicate value, it will get removed. And here you can provide list of any data type. It can be number, boolean, string. And by using this set function, we should be able to see unique values inside a set. And like this, you can remove any duplicate value from a list. And like this, you can provide any other collection like tuples here. The set will also convert that particular tuple into set. And guys, like this, there are multiple methods which can be used. Like we are having add and update methods for adding items to set. Also, we have removed, discard or pop methods to remove items from a set. So as an assignment, you try to use this add, update, remove, discard and pop methods and see how it is behaving. And then let me know into the comment section that what you learned. So search onto Google or ChatGPT, wherever you want to search. Try to learn for these add, update, remove, discard and pop. Practice it and let me know how it went. And guys, if you're finding this playlist helpful, let me know in the comment section below. And feel free to share your suggestions. I would love to hear your thoughts. And now I will conclude this video here, but before we wrap up, let me give you a quick recap. So here we saw that the set in Python is a collection that stores multiple values in a single variable. Sets do not allow duplicate values and sets are unordered. Here with the sets, we can add or remove elements or items. And now let's go to VS Code. There we saw some practical examples. Like here we saw that we can use opening and closing of curly braces, and there we can provide different items which will create a set. We can also use the set function to convert any other collection like list and tuple into set. Then we saw that from the sets, automatically duplicate values will get removed. Like here we provided multiple duplicate values, but it removed all the duplicate values and provided items only one time. Then we also saw sets are unordered. So we cannot use index number to access value of a set. So to access value, we need to use for loop. For the list and tuple also, we have used the same. We need to use for loop like this, and we should be able to fetch values from the set. After that, we saw that we can use in operator to check the specific value exists inside the set or not. So we need to provide the value, then in operator, and then set variable or directly the set to check the specific item exists inside the set or not. And accordingly, we would be able to see true if item exists and false if item does not exist. Then we saw we can use union to combine two sets. We also saw this intersection method returns common elements between two sets. And this difference method returns elements which exists in the first set but not into the second set. And all the return value will be set only. After that, we saw that we can convert a list into set. For that, we need to use the set function and then we can provide list there, which will remove all the duplicate elements and will convert that list into set. Similarly, we can provide tuple here also, which will convert that tuple into set after removing all the duplicate values. And now that's it from my end. You can click onto this first card to go to the next video. You can click onto the second card to access this whole Python course. And stay tuned for my upcoming videos. If you have any comments, questions or doubts, you can let me know into the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.